Sound is a type of energy created from vibrations. Sound can warn us of danger or safety. Sound can also be loud or quiet. Sounds can be musical and sometimes not. We hear sound with our ears. We hear sound because there are sound waves that travel through solids, liquids, and gases. The sound waves go in our ears, hit the eardrum, and sends the message to our brain. We can hear through telephones. I like learning about sound.
Vibration. Vital. Sound usually comes from vibrations, which create sound waves. The sound waves move through mediums like air and water prior to reaching our ears. Then the ear vibrates in the same way to the original source of the vibration, letting us hear many different sounds. The cartilage of our ear is only a part of the ear. A little eardrum in our head is the other part of the ear. The eardrum vibrates, sending sound waves to the brain. We cannot hear without vibrations. We are lucky to have vibrations in our life. That's why I chose to study vibrations.
Vibrations are molecules moving like waves. They are made by sound. Vibrations are like something a wheel. If you put the volume on a table and hold it down, then strike it, it will make vibrations. That is only one way to make vibrations. All sound is made vibrations. By Emma.
Vibrations by Taylor. Vibrations are sound waves. Vibrations travel through solids, liquids, and gases. Vibrations create sound waves like when you strum a guitar or any string instrument that you can pick. The instrument will vibrate, which will make noise. All sounds are created by vibrations. If you put your 2 fingers on your throat and speak, the vibrations will go into your ear. I love learning about vibrations.
How do sound waves travel? By listening. Sound waves travel when a vibration is made. Sound waves move up and down like waves through gases. They can also travel through liquids and solids. Sound waves move so fast they can get to your ear less than a second. Also, sound waves go faster in water than they do on land. Last, sound waves look like waves on an ocean. I like to learn about sound waves.
What is a sound receiver? By Cynthia. A sound receiver is a hearing aid. It receives sound so you can hear it. A hearing aid sound is often used by deaf or older people. It receives sound and makes it louder. It is really helpful to those that need to use them. When you hear something, it vibrations in your ear. There are many different kinds of receivers and ear.
Tell me about the outer ear by life. The outer ear gives signals to your inner ear. The outer ear collects sound waves that go to your brain. The outer ear is called the pinna. The outer ear is shaped like a funnel. The ear is made out of cartilage. Cartilage is soft and always your ear to bend, but still gives your ear shape. I like learning about the outer ear because now we know all about the outer ear.
The middle ear by Morgan Batchelor. There are 3 parts in the ear: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The middle ear does lots of things like collecting sound waves to send to the brain. It is behind the eardrum. The 3 bones in the middle ear are called the malleus, the incus, and the stapes. These make up the ossicles. The middle ear is a little bit bigger than a pea. The ear is the lightest bone in your body. The ear can hurt sometimes because your eardrum can flip and can hold water. Learning about our ears is important because without them we could not hear.
Tell me about the inner ear by Adam. Inside the inner ear is your eardrum. It sends vibrations through your nerves really fast. In your ear, the noise flows in your ear to your eardrum, and your eardrum sends vibrations to your nerves. Your nerves send it to your brain. Learning about the inner ear was fun.
What is pitch? By Richie E. Nelhouse. Pitch is how high or low a sound is. With the xylophone, the smaller the tube, the higher the pitch. The bigger the tube, the lower the pitch. Pitch affects vibrations. The higher the pitch, the faster the sound waves go. The lower the pitch, the slower the sound waves go. Pitch can move molecules fast if high pitch is made. If a low pitch is made, the molecules will move slower. Learning about pitch is fun.
What is volume by Dizzy? Volume is the loudness or softness of a sound. When the volume is too quiet, you can turn it up like with a radio. If something is too loud, you can plug your ears and get headphones. A radio can vibrate if you turn the radio up too high, it may damage your ears and you may never hear again. I like learning about volume.
Volume is how loud or quiet a sound is. Here are some examples of volume. If I turn the radio up, it's loud. If I turn the radio down, it's quiet. When I throw the ball down on the ground really hard, it's loud. If I throw it lightly, it's quiet. When you hit a drum hard, it's loud. When you hit a drum softly, it's quiet. Volume is important. It can be important when a fire alarm goes off because you can have to hear it or you can get hurt. Volume can be used in many different ways to help us know what's going on around us. The relationship between tension and pitch by Abigail. The relationship between tension and pitch is the tighter the tension, the higher the pitch. The looser the tension, the lower the pitch. The lower the pitch, the less vibrations there are. An example is that if you hold a rubber band in between your fingers and pluck the rubber band, and the tighter you hold it, the tighter the pitch is. That is what I know about the relationship between tension and pitch.
The relationship between long and short tubes and pitch by Timothy. The relationship between long and short tubes and pitch is that the bigger the tube, the lower the pitch, and the smaller the tube, the higher the pitch. They're related because they both make a certain pitch. For example, on a xylophone, the smaller the block, the higher the pitch, and the bigger the block, the lower the pitch. Even though it should be the bigger the tube, the higher the pitch, and the smaller the lower the pitch. When you hit the small block, the less vibration, and the bigger the block, the louder the vibration. I love learning about pitch.
What are decibels by Treble? Decibels are used to measure the intensity of sound. 15 dB is quiet as a whisper, and a firecracker is 140 dB, which is much louder. The sound of a jet engine is 1 trillion times more powerful. Loud dBs can hurt your ears. Sometimes dBs are so loud they can make you fall down. I think it is fun to learn about sound and decibels.
The Speed of Sound by Logan Majestic. The speed of sound goes about 1,083 feet a second. You can hear thunder after 5 seconds the lightning strikes. The speed of sound also depends on temperature too. Sound travels best in hot places than in cold places. Sound travels best through warm places, so it travels best in places like the Grand Canyon or Arizona. Sound increases about 1 foot per second in hot places. The speed of sound slows down to get in cold places, so it would take longer to get back to you or the person you're talking to. Learning about the speed of sound was interesting. It had
A lot of facts and yeah. Speed of sound by Low.
Sound travels through liquids. When you are under liquids, sound is louder. Sound travels through liquids faster than in gases. Orcas send a very loud screech in the water. When the sound waves come back to the orca chases the fish. The sound waves bounce off of and eats it. Sound does travel through liquids. And
What is echolocation and who uses it? By Sasha. There is a nickname for echolocation. It is biosonar. There is animal echolocation. For example, bats send sound waves to moths and the sound waves bounces off the moth and back to the bat. Dolphins send sound waves to the fish and the vibrations bounces back to the dolphin because they want to see how far away it is. Animal echolocation helps animals find food to eat. Who uses echolocation? Dolphins, bats, orcas use it. I love learning about echolocation.
How does music relate to sound by Simone White? Music relates to sound. Music is sound but is organized into equal sections and noise. Noise is unorganized sound you hear randomly, like a car screeching, a tree falling, etc. How music and sound are similar is that music is sound in a way. Music is like someone playing the double bassoon or clarinet, and noise is like your mom screaming at the sight of a snake in her garden. Music and sound are related.
What influence did Thomas Edison have to the sound of science? By Corey. The influence that Thomas Edison had to the sound of science is that he invented the telegraph for Western Union. He developed a machine capable of sending messages down a wire. He called it a telegraph. That helps us today because you can send messages long distances. The telephone was invented after the telegraph. After the telephone was invented, the cell phone was invented. Thomas Edison held a world record of 1,093 patents for inventions. I enjoy learning about Thomas Edison and his inventions that helped us communicate long distances.
The relationship between communication and sound are rapid. The relationship between communication and sound is that noise offers you a strong meaning of communication. Communication and sound helps you talk. Communication and sound warns you if dangerous things are around. Communication could go without sound, but it mostly goes with sound. You communicate with sound like when you are talking. Communicating without talking or sound is like writing into people's hands like Helen Keller did. I like learning about sound and communication. Communication happens when you talk, sing, or using body language.